Talk Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. From politics to entertainment, from social issues to lifestyles, from newsmakers to pop culture. If it's Jersey, it's on Jersey Central with Bert Barron, 732-545-9282. Or toll free at 888-545-9282.
8:38. We're back on Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. It is Bert Barron. Good morning to you. We've got our Need to Know Things coming up a little bit later on in this half hour, but let's get to our guest who's on the Raritan Bay Medical Center Jersey Newsmaker Hotline to talk about a brand new book released called James Beard's All-American Eats, and what the book is all about, and it benefits a very, very important foundation as well. So let's welcome in our special guest, Alison Tozzi, who is the editorial director of the James Beard Foundation, who is with us here this morning. Alison, good morning. It's Bert Barron. How are you?
Great. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Thank you. The book is available, I understand, tomorrow, right, through all the major websites and the major outlets, right?
Yes, it goes on sale. Tomorrow's the official publication date, but we've seen copies of it around, so you can probably get it right now, actually.
Very cool. Yeah, very exciting stuff. Before we talk about specifically the book, talk about the James Beard Foundation and what that's all about.
So the James Beard Foundation is a national culinary arts organization, and our mission is to celebrate excellence in the food industry, and so we highlight the importance of food in our culture. And we do this through the James Beard Awards, which is probably what we're best known for. And then we also have dinners and talks at the James Beard House in New York City, where James Beard once lived, cooked, entertained. And we also have a scholarship and grants program to provide financial aid to the next generation of food professionals. And then in the past few years, we've also started what we call our impact programs, where we work with the culinary community on some food system issues. So we'll tackle childhood nutrition issues or food waste and things like that.
Excellent. And this is pretty prestigious to be included in this book here, the All-American Eats book, the Oscars of the food industry. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's great.
That's pretty good. Can you talk about some of the highlight recipes that are in the book this time around?
Sure. So these recipes come from restaurants that have been awarded our America's Classics Award. And what that award is every year, 5 restaurants across the country are awarded this since 1998, so there are quite a few now. And these recipes come from places with a timeless appeal. They're beloved in their regions for quality food, and they reflect the character of their communities. And these are a little different from a lot of our other awards. These restaurants have to be open for at least 10 years and be locally owned. So they're really special in that region. So the book features recipes from restaurants in those regions. So what you'll find is in the Northeast region, you find foods that we eat, that we love up in this region. So you'll find matzo ball soup, and in the South you'll find a great recipe for brisket. There's a place in Austin called Louis Mueller's, and they have a great barbecue brisket, and Louis Mueller created a recipe that you can make at home in the oven with 3 ingredients, basically. It's salt, pepper, and brisket, and it's really easy. It takes a little while, but it's fantastic. So those kinds of recipes are delicious. I know you mentioned the macaroni and cheese with king crab, which is also a favorite.
That doesn't sound bad either. And Jersey is represented in this book, right, Alison? There's a couple
Absolutely.
New Jersey establishments that are in there.
Yeah, so there are 3 New Jersey restaurants that have won America's Classics Award that I can think of off the top of my head. And one is White House Subs in Atlantic City, which is one of my favorite places. It's just one of the best sandwiches you'll ever have. Another is Chef Vola's in Atlantic City, and Mustache Bill's Diner, which is in LBI.
I think I've heard of all 3 of those. I haven't been to there yet, but I may tentatively go to Atlantic City in a couple weeks. I'm going to try to get to both of those places that you mentioned there in AC.
You should. They're really special. I mean, you just get just such a sense of the community and the culture by going to these restaurants.
I love this. Alison Tozzi is our guest this morning, editorial director of the James Beard Foundation. The book, James Beard's All-American Eats, you could look for that. The official release date is tomorrow, but this is a must-have if you like to try different regional foods, regional favorites from all around the country. This is really a great way to do it, and you're helping out the mission of the James Beard Foundation, which is very important. Alison, who determines which recipes actually make the book? Is there a committee or a panel? How is that done?
So the restaurants that get the award, that's determined by our James Beard Awards Committee, which is made up of a pretty large panel of journalists and critics and food writers and editors and other experts. And for the book, we all, a team here got together, Anya Hoffman, who edited the book, and myself and our president, Susan Ongaro, and we really looked for recipes that represented each region. And also, these restaurants often have their secret recipes that they don't want to give away. So sometimes we couldn't always get all the recipes we wanted, but we have a lot of really great recipes. And we also have a lot of stories from these restaurants because these are places that have just such great stories behind them. Andrew Zimmern wrote the foreword for the book, and he says that great food with a great story tastes even better. So we totally believe that.
Yeah, that's true. And just something very special about, an out of the way, in some cases, mom and pop kind of restaurant that's got a story, that's got a history, and has this local favorite dish that everybody just has to have. And it's all covered in this book here, right, Allison?
It sure is. And it's these places are a real experience in addition to having great food. So.
All right. It's time for me to broaden my horizons a little bit. And when I get around and travel, I will definitely visit these three places in Jersey over the course of the spring and summer because it sounds like they've got some great menu options and some great stories too. So I'm certainly going to look into these. Where does someone get some info on the foundation, Allison, or perhaps to buy the book? What's the best way to do that?
So you can go right now to jamesbeard.org, and you can find out all information about the foundation and also the cookbook. There's a link right on the homepage. And you can also go to jamesbeard.org/cookbook, and you'll find information about all the America's Classics winners. You can watch videos about a lot of them. There's a lot of information there.
Terrific. I'm going to put a link up on our Facebook fan page, and people can get all the information. And this is really cool. I'm going to try this out. Allison, thanks for being on the show today, and congratulations. Good luck with the book going forward, and hopefully we can talk again soon about some other Jersey places. All right.
Great. Thanks, Bert.
All right. My pleasure. Thank you. All right. There she goes, Alison Tozzi, my guest on the Raritan Bay Medical Center.